Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is keeping nice and well and warm. So we're coming to the end of October, and by the time this video will be airing on YouTube, it will be the last Sunday in October. So October is not only Black History Month, it is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I thought I will end it by addressing something that is so crucial to our community as a whole, especially the Black community, breast cancer amongst Black women. And it's about time we start indulging in that conversation. So according to a research done by Cancer Research UK and Public Health England, it was found that Black women are twice as likely to be diagnosed with advanced stage cancer than white women. And what the research also found was that, late stage breast cancer was diagnosed in 25% of Black African women and 22% in Black Caribbean women, and only 13% in white women with breast cancer. I mean, this is shocking. This is shocking. What are we doing? Why are these numbers so high in our Black community? What can we do about it to change these numbers? So this research also found that Black women are less likely to go for a mammogram scan when invited. I mean, come on, guys. We've got to go for our breast screening scans. So we need to understand why people are not going or are not attending their breast screening scans, because this is the first stage of picking up any problems, with your breast or any form of breast cancer, because it's very important that the earlier they pick it up, the earlier it can get treated. So while still doing my research, I found out from the American Cancer Society that Black women are 40% more likely to die from breast cancer than white women. I mean, this is very sad, very, very sad. I mean, here in the UK, women at the age of 50 to 70 are automatically invited for a breast cancer screening. But if these numbers are as high as the research is saying, it's about time that we start getting invited, for breast screening. I mean, I'm in my 40s. I don't want to wait until the age of 50. If they're saying that the numbers are as high in our Black community, what can we do about it? I think that, we have to start addressing it by inviting younger women to come up for a breast screening scan. Because you see, not everybody understands some of the signs and symptoms of breast cancer. Not everybody knows to identify the abnormality. And this is something that us as a Black community needs to start talking about. We need to start educating our sisters how to identify any lumps, any abnormality in our breast, because we have to address these numbers. We don't want our sisters dying of breast cancer because of something that could have been avoided if only we had talked about it. So if we can't wait for the NHS to invite us, before we get to the age of 50, we have to start doing something about it. And it's about time we do so. So it is very important to spot cancer, to detect cancer at a very early stage, because the sooner we can detect it, the less likely it will be able to spread to all the parts of the body, and the more likely it can be treated. So how do we spot it? How do we know if we, are developing breast cancer? How do we recognize any sign of abnormality? So first of all, what is it that I, as a Black woman, can do to address these numbers. What can we do about this? And personally, I think that this is something that we don't talk about enough amongst our Black sisters, amongst our Black community. And I think it's highly time we start doing so, because we come from a culture that thinks that if you pray to God, you will get healed regardless of anything. I'm not disputing that, but I don't think we can just sit and hope that if we get detected with cancer, we can just sit and pray to God to heal us. I mean, if the numbers are as high as they say amongst Black women with breast cancer, then we have to start talking. We can't just sit and hope that God is going to heal us from breast cancer. We have to be able to identify any abnormality. And do we understand how to do that? Do we know how to spot any abnormality in our breast? So another thing I wanted to address before I get to, spotting any abnormality was the breast screening leaflets. I mean, I went through the internet and I wasn't able to find any leaflet with a Black woman, So I think these leaflets have to be more inclusive, because I can only imagine, someone sitting, a Black woman sitting in the house, and a breast screening leaflet comes through the door and she looks at it. Oh, it's a white woman in front of it. Oh no, that's not for me. Put it in the bin. You don't blame her. So it has to be inclusive. If we want to address these numbers amongst the Black community, we have to have leaflets that reflect our community. So we can come out, we can identify with these leaflets and come out for breast screening. Because the issue here is Black women are not coming out when invited for breast screening scan. We have to change this attitude. So it is very important for every woman, not just Black women, to regularly check their breast for any signs of lumps. And we do this by standing in front of the mirror with your clothes off, touching and looking at your breast, touching it, and feel if there's any difference between the two. Have a look at your nipples and see if one of them is red than the other. Just touch it, squeeze it throughout your breast, and have a feel if you can feel any abnormality, any lump at all. And also turn onto your side, and look at the mirror, still with your clothes off. Just have a look if there's any difference between the two. And if you happen to notice any signs at all, any abnormality whatsoever, even if you are in doubt, please book an appointment to speak to your GP, who can do a further examination and maybe refer you for a breast screening scan. Because most of the time we don't even understand what a lump is, what any abnormality is. So if we do this regularly, then we will be able to pick up something that is not right. And we have to self-educate. We have to self-advocate. We have to talk amongst ourselves the importance of doing these checks regularly. And I'll also put a link down for a full description of how to check your breast for any breast abnormality. So please, we have to start having this conversation among our Black communities, because we have to bring down these numbers. We have to start talking amongst our sisters, because we want to live a happy and a normal life free of cancer. So we have to talk about these things, and we cannot be shy away from it. So I hope this video has been helpful, and please share in the comments below if you want to talk about or share your experience of living with breast cancer. And also, just leave a comment about anything at all about, breast cancer. And it's about time we start having this conversation. Please look after yourself, look after your breast, and please share, like, and comment. See you next time.